Now that we have our DXF, we need to turn on the Torchmate CNC plasma. The first thing you want to do, make sure it's out of E-stop. That controls our AccuMove controller and communicates with the computer. To turn the computer on, reach around back and hit the on button. It'll take a few minutes to load. While it's loading, get your USB drive ready and you can put it into a multi-port USB holder. When this screen pops up, do not touch anything. We'll have to wait until our viewer panel shows up. Right now it's linking the machine to the computer. If this screen pops up, we need to wait till this border is gone. Right there. Now we can start working. The first thing I'm going to want to do is swipe left on the machine to get to our CAM program. You go to the start menu, click, and tagged on the bottom is Torchmate CAD to CAM version 9. Click that. When this screen pops up, I notice that my blank border is not there, showing our material. So I'm going to go to View, Show Material Blank. From here, I have to go to File, Import. You don't want to open your file, you want to import it for your cut lines. I'm going to insert it near the bottom left. Now when choosing to use on your DXF import, when choosing to choose what kind of import, I have a lot of polygons right now. If I was doing something more decorative that had a lot of splines, I would use poly arcs. But since mine are mostly polygons, I'm going to click polygons and hit OK. From here you can see the file that I'm going to cut. Many of these are just rectangles, one triangle with a knockout. Now on that knockout, I want to delete that center mark. Anything that I do not want cut, I want to delete. The first thing when we go to choosing lines, I want to see if anything is grouped. So that whole part, the outside line and the inside circle are grouped. So I want to go to Arrange, Break Path. Now I can select those individually. With this part, I only have one female cut line. A female cut line cuts the part out that you do not want in your object. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight that. I cut all the females first because if they fall out, it's not a worry to me about the other cuts, the male cut lines further on. So I click that circle, which is going to be a female cut line. I'm going to go Arrange, Make Path, Arrange, Connect Path, hit OK, then Machine, Create Toolpath, Female. Since I'm going to be cutting with 14 gauge, I have to set my parameters. Under the Template tab, do not touch anything. Go over to Basic Cut. From here on the desk, we're going to get all of our variables off of this cut sheet. So it's for the Torchmate 4400 40 amp consumables mild steel. I'm using 14 gauge. On that basic cut, I'm setting the feed rate in inches per minute. I'm going to leave it at 235 is good. I go into lead in, lead out. I just want to lead in an arcing motion with a radius of 0.12. That is good. So I hit OK. If I zoom in, I can see that that lead-in line is on the female side and it's appropriately done. Now all the other lines are going to be male lines. So I can select all. To do that, I hold Shift and I can click each object I want to cut. be sure that you click all the lines that pertain, because if there is a gap, say if this line didn't show up, I would have to go arrange, group, and then redo that. But everything pulled up good, so I can go arrange, make path, arrange, connect path, okay, machine, create toolpath, mail, leave template, go to basic cut. I'm gonna put in 235 again, lead in, lead out, arc at 0.12, that works, okay. Now I click off my part, highlight everything, and up in the top of the screen where it has your X location for your bottom left node, I want to set to 0.125, 0.125. If we have our object over our material blank at all, it's not going to recognize when it computes the G code. With it in that bottom left corner, offset by 1/8, I can go to machine, output, double check everything is there. Then I hit this button that looks like a calculator. It's called the pneumatical control. You hit that button, it'll take a little bit to calculate. Here's all of our code. I hit save. Okay. When you save it to the desktop with your name, your last name, and then the title of the file. That's the end of the first video.